Okay, let's bring up our next show and tell. This is the first team. Take it away.
Hello everyone, we are our first Tech Challenge team known as the Techtonic Gears from San Jose, and 8 out of 10 people are here to present to you guys today, and we will be talking about FIRST, STEM in girls, and STEM. Now I'll hand it over to Anvi to talk about FIRST.
I'm Anvi.
I'm sorry.
I'm Pratik. I'm Anirudh.
I'm Ayush.
I'm Shul.
I'm Sorish. And I'm Aditya. So what is FIRST? FIRST stands for inspiration.
Can you give it the mic?
Yeah. I think we may need to use the mic. It's got to be horizontal, pointing straight at the face. Don't do this. It's got to be like that. Hold it right up to your mouth.
As well as speak.
Okay?
If you speak up, then I think we can check.
Go for it.
So what is FIRST? FIRST stands for Inspiration and Recognition for Science and Technology. It was founded in 1989 by Dean Kamen. The vision of FIRST is to create a world where young people can dream of becoming leaders in science and technology. The mission of FIRST is to inspire young people by engaging them in mentor-based programs that foster well-rounded life capabilities. So there are 4 main leagues that FIRST hosts. The first one is FIRST LEGO League Junior. It's for kindergartners to 4th graders, and it introduces Legos and motors and all the different parts to little kids. The second league is FIRST LEGO League, and it's for 4th graders to 8th graders, and it's the higher level version of FIRST LEGO League Junior. And the league we're doing this year, the FIRST Tech Challenge, is for 7th graders to 12th graders. That's where teams build a program and create a robot to complete different tasks. And the last part is FIRST Robotics Competition, and it's for high schoolers, and it's the higher level version of FIRST Tech Challenge. So what is the impact of FIRST? The participants of FIRST are 2 times as likely to major in a field that includes science or engineering, and 33% of women major in engineering. And 75% of FIRST alumni are either students or professionals in the STEM field right now. So now I'll hand it over to Source to talk about the competition this year.
Okay, so
You want to pause on the mic?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Yes. Just do it.
Hold the mic like this. Really close.
Like Rockstar.
Really close.
Okay, so imagine you're in a deep, dark forest. Your king has sent you and 3 other people to do missions. One of these missions is to recover glyphs. These mysterious stones have secret encodings on them. It's your job to figure out what the encodings are. While you're walking in the sand, you see a mysterious golden relic. This relic will gain you many rewards, so you decided to take it with you. Since we're in the 21st century, we'll obviously use a robot to do these life-threatening tasks. So we're an FTC team, and we're doing all the tasks in the relic recovery game.
Oh, the mic closer.
Okay, now I'll pass it on to Ayush to talk about STEM in everyday life.
Before we start, what exactly is STEM? Well, the S stands for science, the T stands for technology, the E stands for engineering, and the M stands for mathematics. STEM education is very important because it bridges ethnic and gender gaps that are mostly found in science and mathematic fields. My passion is baseball, and I'll tell you guys about how STEM is incorporated into baseball. Well, the S is for science, and the physics of how far the mound is, how fast the pitcher has to throw the ball to get it to home plate. The technology is in the cushion in the helmets, which protects the players, the aluminum in the bats, which allows the ball to go far, and the catcher's gear, including the shin gear, chest gear, and headgear. The engineering is in the field architecture, which includes the gigantic lights and the way the diamond is made. My personal field is the Dodgers field. Even though I'm a Giants fan, they have a roof which can go over so they can play in sunny days and rainy days. Finally, mathematics is in the batting average. The chance that when a player goes up to the plate, the chance that he can hit it. Finally, keeping track of scores, which decides the game. Now I'll hand it over to Anirudh to talk about STEM and biking.
So I really enjoyed biking. So this is how STEM is used in biking. For science, how the bike converts your muscular energy into kinetic energy that propels the bike forward. And then technology is pretty much every part of the bike that you use. The brakes, the bike lights that you put on, the tires, the wheels, and the pedals, and pretty much every other part of the bike itself. And then the engineering is when they actually build the bike, the materials used for the frame and for the different types of brakes and different types of bikes that they build. And math is the geometry of the frame of the bike. And even though you're not conscious about it, when you turn at a certain angle and you predict approximately where you'll go. Now I'll hand it over to Sarge to talk about second rows.
So this year our team consists of 7 boys and 3 girls. Last year when some of us participated in first Lego League, we had only 5 boys and no girls, and it felt a little bit less lively than it should be. This year we have 3 girls participating in every aspect of FTC and make our team what it is today. Did you know that only 15 to 25% of women participate in the STEM workforce, and our worry is that the gap is broadening? And why does it matter? This all is happening because of an unconscious bias among managers, a lack of qualified incoming talent, and women's confidence and aspirations going down, mostly because of stereotyping. And due to STEM jobs being paid a higher salary and women being less populated in these fields, there's a gender salary gap. And so what can we do? Remember that engineers are made, not born, and let the girls in your life make mistakes and learn from them, as this will lead to success. Spread the word that engineering and computing fields have an enormous social impact. So if you're a woman in engineering and tech, serve as a role model for girls and young women. Inspire them to work in STEM. And if you're a man in engineering and tech, refuse to sit in panels that don't have at least one woman. Look at the other side's perspective. If you're an employer, hold managers accountable for their hiring and promotional decisions. And if you're a manager, try removing gender info from job applications and evaluations. It might not matter as much in the end.
Do you have fear?
No, we have gears.
Are you bionic?
No, we're tectonic.
We're the tectonic gears.
Build on the robot.
Okay. We'll go on the table. That's
Here.
Yeah, that sounds.
okay. Somebody should be sure that that.
So basically, there's 2 phones, and we have the code downloaded onto one phone, which is the robot controller, and we have a direct connection between the 2 phones, which then connects to the Logitech controllers, which we then use to control the robot.
So this year's challenge, basically, they're using Android phones and they're programming in Java for people.
Is this remote control?
Yeah, there's
Yes.
like so the robot game, there's 30 seconds in the beginning of autonomous, which is pre-programmed, and then 2 minutes of there's 2 minutes of teleop after that, where you use the controllers to pick up the blocks and the relic.
So what's the story wrapper around this thing again?
So you want to check what the challenge is around here?
Okay.
One second.
You're exploring this.
Yeah, that's just
Well, that's just a story we made up to
Sure.
make it more interesting. But one of the things we have to do.
You're finding these relics, right?
So we're we're taking these glyphs with the robot arm we have over here, and we have to put them in the crypto box, which is the structure right here. And then we also have to get these relics into a mat, and the relics are usually in the corner of the field, so they're pretty hard to get.
the relics aren't that big.
And then another big aspect of this is the autonomous period. We have 30 seconds with no one actually touching your controllers, and then we have 2 minutes and 30 seconds of people actually like the
What's the
teleops.
problem? Is it contaminated or something? Is that why you have to send robots in?
No, it's just like it's like the competition. Like it's the field.
It's the rules.
Yeah, and basically, so
This year's challenge.
so part of the autonomous period is to get on a balancing scale, and you have a glyph in your arm already preloaded, and you have to place it into the crypto box by like just Java, and there's no actual like controllers being used. So that's our autonomous program, and we stay in the safe zone as well. So which is the triangle around the crypto box.
And then, as we already said in the teleop, we use the controllers to place the glyphs in the crypto box, and the more glyphs that you get, like the more rows and columns, you get more points. And in the last 30 seconds, we're allowed to pick up the relic with our arm, extend it over the wall, which is 12 inches high, and there's a mat. And the further you get it on the, like if this is the wall, and the mat is here, the further you get it on the mat, the more points you get.
Does your robot have an autonomous mode?
Yes.
Can you demo the autonomous mode?
Not right now because it's
So they were participating in a challenge in a qualifier around 2 weeks back, and since then they've started to redesign the robot, so I don't think it's fully functional, the autonomous mode.
It's a real robot.
We understand.
Real world.
Okay, they're all done?
Wait. We can talk about what we have on the one. We don't have to show. We can still talk about.
Our robot has 4 Omni wheels that have rollers on them, so our robot can move in any direction.
They are powered by 4 DC motors, 12-volt matrix motor, and the whole thing is connected to a RAV expansion hub with 4 ports and 4 motor ports and some. We have 2 servos in the front for the claws. In our autonomous, when we had our earlier robot, it could do. There was a jewel mission, so you have to knock. So there's 2 jewels, and you have to hit the one that corresponds to a certain color, and you have to knock it off. It could do that, and we're planning to add a view FOIA system, so that there's a pictograph, and you have to scan it, and you have to put the glyphs into a certain row on the crypto box to get more points.
They're not real jewels, they're just wiffle balls.
Thank you for that.
Excellent.
Okay, did any last straggler robots walk in the door? I don't think so. Okay, we're going to take a 5-minute break, and then we're going to start the talk, and I'll be talking about building your stuff.